What's up, everybody? My name is Aaron Sheridan. I'm a senior solutions architect for a cybersecurity company here in the Bay Area. I've been in the industry for about 21 years, and I'm going to show you today a really simple attack that leverages nothing but free stuff. So it's going to be hosted on a free server. It's using what's called an Amazon EC2 instance. It's leveraging a Kali Linux distribution, which is 100% free, and it's leveraging a toolkit called the Social Engineering Toolkit. And with this toolkit, you can mirror any website's login page in about 30 seconds. It's pretty cool. I'm going to show you just how easy it is to set up that part of the attack. And then I'm also going to show you how an email is created to leverage that attack after it's been created, so that you can then send that to fool somebody and trick them into putting in their credentials. And remember, these tools are free, they're open source, but what I'm showing you, if used for nefarious purposes, is highly illegal. So the reason I'm showing you is so you can understand the attack, and that's the reason I study these things and I perform these attacks, is so you can see how it works, and then we can also then understand them so that we can prevent them. And I've got some suggestions and some solutions that I'll show you in a follow-up video of exactly how we can prevent these attacks from affecting your organization or you at a personal level. So let's get started. All right, so I'm actually logged into my Kali Linux server, which is hosted in the Amazon cloud. It's using the EC2 free tier. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to launch our toolkit. So to do that, we just type this simple command, sudo sc toolkit. All right. Now, once that's started, this is the toolkit and what the initial landing page looks like. All we're going to do is choose social engineering attacks, number 1, website attack vectors, number 2, 3, credential harvester attack method, 2, site cloner, and then now what it wants is an IP address that's going to be used for the links in the page, or the field inputs in the page that it's going to build for me to steal the credentials. So luckily, Kali Linux puts, or AWS puts the public IP in the host name here, so it makes it really easy for me to see. So if you look at the host name at the top of this window, it says 54.193.201.145. That's what I want to put here is my public IP. Now I had to create rules, security group rules in my instance to allow this to happen, to allow the outside world to communicate with my server so it doesn't get blacklisted, and it'll work for this attack. So here we go. So there we go. Now it's basically knows how to communicate. Now we got to give it the URL to clone. So, all right, so what we're going to do in order to determine what we need to do to clone the site, we're going to go to the page that we're targeting, and we're going to click the sign on button, and let's see what the URL looks like. Okay, so when I click the sign on button, this is the URL I want to emulate. So all I'm going to do is take this URL, copy it, right? I'm going to go back to my server, and I'm going to paste that URL into the clone field. Pretty long field there, looks pretty interesting, right? But if we hit enter, boom. Now my attack server is literally up and ready to go, and it is spoofing that site. So just to really show you how cool this is, okay, so when I type this in, what do you see? This looks exactly like the other Kaiser login, right? There's Kaiser, there's my attack site. Now this not secure message here, we can easily correct that by putting a certificate onto the web server so that it's not complaining. And then what you would do is through DNS, you would register a name really close to Kaiser if you really want to trick people. But we're going to skip those steps for now to keep it simple. Now anything I type in here, check this out. So if I say Aaron S, and I'm going to put in my password, don't be fooled. Watch what happens on the right. There it is. So I just captured the username and the password on my server, and then you'll see it seamlessly redirected me to the Kaiser login page. So for a user, I think I just fat fingered it. Now let me go ahead and log in my actual credentials again, and I'm going to see that there's no message from my doctor. I'm going to think that's weird, but I'm going to go on about my day. All right, for this next part, I'm going to show you exactly how I would craft an email that is going to be used to attack the user. It's really simple. It just requires a quick Google search, grab some logos, and then watch what we do. All right, so check it out. So what I'm gonna do here is I am simply gonna craft my email. So in this example, I'm using one of my other test accounts to send it to my target account. My target account is gonna be aaron.shared@datadetectionresponse.com. That's my victim. And I'm sending it from my Menlo demo account. So in the subject, I'm gonna put, you have an important message from your doctor, log into the KP org portal. I'm gonna tell them, please sign in below to view a message from your care provider, right? So now this is where it gets really simple. I mean, you can get pretty creative here, and the more realistic the hover over domain looks, the better chances that you're gonna have of pulling off this attack. But let's just show you here what we're gonna do for this one. So we're gonna insert, right? We're gonna put in a hyperlink here, okay? The hyperlink is, we're gonna have this say, log in to your kp.org portal. Okay, we'll keep it simple. You could do a lot of things here, but this will make it pretty simple here. Okay, and then we're going to put in our address, which is just going to be my public IP, which was 54.193.201.145. That was my server, right? So that I just set up. So there we have my link, right? And at the bottom here, let's go ahead and insert an image. I grabbed a couple of images when I was just before this. Let's go ahead and insert an image. This one. Okay. And let's take one over here and let's put this here. Okay. All right, so that looks pretty legit, right? So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hit send. Okay, so now that's off and sent. Now let's go ahead and switch over to my other account. Okay, there is my message. So my message just arrived in my inbox. Let's go ahead and click on that, and there it is. So I have an important message from my doctor. I better click on it and log in to see what my doctor has to say. There I am, and let's put in my password. Oh no, I'm phished. And as you can see, it sent me to the real page, and just like that, I've grabbed the username and password for Aaron. So from the user perspective, I received this pretty legitimate looking email. I put in my credentials and I'm owned. So just like that, that's how easy it is. So there's a couple of additional steps you can do to make it even more effective, but that's basically a pretty high level description of how a basic phishing attack is pulled off. There's many different angles and aspects of that attack we can take, and we can take a closer look at. I'll do that on an additional video, but I hope you guys found this interesting. And yeah, so stay safe. And remember, be careful what you click on. And I'm gonna show you in another video how just hovering over something can actually drop malware without any click. I promise you it's possible.